So I added the ring, shaped it, and sanded it. So this will hopefully help funnel in my dice, but we can apply some finish. So this will be the stairs that the dice roll down. So I made myself a little tiny jig as a stop, which I will use to glue each of these at about this offset. This is just some scraps and some super glue, but we'll start gluing and making some stairs. Okay, so I need to make something to cover kind of more than half of this, just so when you drop the dice in here, they don't fall and not roll. So I made up a piece of cardboard as like a mock-up, and I think this is the shape I'm going to go with. So I have a piece of walnut with the rough shape drawn out, so I'm going to cut that out, take it to the sander, and fit it to this. So I actually wound up making two pieces like this. Did not like the first one. Remade the second one, and it will do something like this, and it'll block most of the cylinder. I made a mock-up out of an old plastic jar, cut it up, taped it up, but I think I have the shape of the opening figured out, and I'm going to need to make a little blocker piece so that the dice don't go back in there, but that's okay. And I'm noticing that the dice come out differently if just in relation to how the tower's rotated, so if they're stepped back or up front. But I have the shape transferred onto my actual cylinder, but then since most people are going to be right-handed, I think this is going to work the best way. I'll do that again. And the size of this cardboard's about the size of the tray, so they seem to be landing sort of within. It'll have a border, so I'm not too worried about it either. But this is the general idea here. I don't like that shape, so I'm going to round it out a little bit more, and it'll be easier to get your hand in there, I think, too. Okay, so I have these little tenons that I use for a bunch of random stuff, but I wanted a sacrificial piece that was a bit bigger. This thing's about, I don't know, it's going to wind up being about 8 inches. So I hot glued this piece of pine to this thing, and then I'm going to hot glue this disc to this piece of pine, and that should be good. I'm going to sand this thing. I'm not going to actually sand the tray since I have to glue the tower to it, and I don't exactly know where it's going to go yet. And I want just bare wood on bare wood since, the glue will hold better. But I'm going to sand this up and then probably just put finish on the outside for now, since, again, I need to figure out where the tower is going to go and then glue that down. So I need to locate where the tower goes on the tray, and these stairs have this little, it's the end of the dowel. So I need a hole to fit in the center of this, so I made a little cardboard template that is sized to this diameter, so I can play around. This will give me a template of where to place my hole. Since the stair piece isn't glued in, that allows me to rotate it within the tower like so. So if I push the stairs back a little bit, the small dice that are super lightweight and bouncy can hopefully slide along the inside wall here and slow it down just enough to not fly out of this and bounce out, because they like to. But yeah, and it's easy enough when that dice goes back, tilt it and slide them forward. So I don't have the problem with like the bigger dice or these, but just by playing around, notice these small ones could be troublesome.